As captain Gavin Peacock and former Arsenal player Matthew Rose were both past fit to return to the side. Arsenal made 4 changes. Keown, Silvinho and Ljungberg were out injured, and leading scorer Henry was on the bench. The 4 brought in were Cole, Stepanovs, Loren and Bergkamp for only his 2nd start in 7 games. John Motson was at Loftus Road.
Crouch getting up with 2 defenders, that's Carlisle. Kiwomya's in the thick of that. Oh, and Crouch! Oh, he holds his head in dismay. What a chance! Oh, Arsenal were all over the place here. Adams hung back when the others went forward. Then Parler mistimed the header, and Crouch has planted that into the side netting. And now Kiwomya with his pace tries to get the other side of Dixon. David Seaman tried to prevent it going for a corner. Crouch! Oh, off the line, is it? Was it over the line? No, says the referee. And Arsenal get away with it. But it was a very, very good clearance. And I think it was Ashley Cole. Well, how close are Rangers going to come? Arsenal have suddenly made a break on this side of the pitch. And it's Lee Dixon. Oh, it's an own goal! It's an own goal! What a desperate situation for Chris Plummer. Arsenal have taken the lead on 31 minutes, but how fickle the hand of fate can be in the FA Cup. 1 minute they thought they were in the lead at the other end, and Plummer has inadvertently diverted that cross by Dixon into the net, and it has to go down as an own goal. But what about the one at the other end they're still discussing? Well, I don't think I've seen a more dramatic 60 seconds than that this season. This was the clearance off the line. Peter Crouch gets the header firmly enough. There's a diving attempt by Seaman who deflects it against Ashley Cole. Oh, that was close, but I think the assistant and the referee are right. It wasn't over. Now Rangers have a free kick. And Carlisle is in there. And it's again a break by Arsenal down the right-hand side out of defence. Loren with Bergkamp going to his right, and this is Dennis Bergkamp, and the Klosko goes out. Bergkamp keeps his feet, tries to find Parler. Wiltord! Goal again! Arsenal are to it. 2 goals in 2 minutes by the Premiership side, bouncing off the ropes from a clearance off their own line. Bergkamp pulls it back. Sylvain Wiltord, that even may have caused a QPR foot as well, but it's Wiltord's goal. And it's Queen's Park Rangers 0, Arsenal 2, after 33 minutes. Yes, it was deflected. Perez coming inside, using Cole as a decoy. And challenge there was by Darlington, and in it goes again for Bergkamp, who should have made it 3. And Rangers are in a reprieve there for the defence. And in fact, very prominent now, Ray Parler. This is Perez. And it goes into Cole! And is that gone in? It has gone in! Wiltord and the defender arrived at the same time. Matthew Rose was the man that went in with Wiltord, and it's 3-0 to Arsenal. The cross comes in here from Cole, and does Wiltord claim that one, or did Rose get on it as well? It comes really from a very good break down the left-hand side by Ashley Cole. I thought for a moment he was going to score himself. That's another own goal, I think, by Matthew Rose, making it 3-0 to Arsenal. I don't think Wiltord got a foot on that. This is Lauren with Wiltord to his right, Parler through the middle, Bergkamp to his left, Wiltord. Lauren again, and it's come this time, thankfully for Matthew Rose, off his foot into the outside of the post. And that's Wiltord! Oh, it's in! It's 4-0, and Sylvain Wiltord has at least 2 of them, and made a contribution to another. A volley here, and Langley swung at it and completely missed. So now it's becoming quite a class gap. Wiltord's shot, and Langley and Miklosko powerless to do anything about it. Well, Arsenal really do expose you on the break when you commit forward. Robert Pires, oh, it's 5. Gaps all over the place, and the Premiership side know how to exploit them. And the French connection works again. An Englishman sets it up, Ray Parlour, but Pires takes that in his stride. Darlington can't get there, and he drills that with such confidence past Miklosko. Robert Pires scores Arsenal's 5th. This is Kiwomya. Peacock taking over. Darlington. Crouch is coming in the other side of Stepanov's goal kick. Well, he's certainly got something to offer, Peter Crouch. Not just in the air, it might be said. His touch is quite good too for a big man. This is Cole. Pires. Carlisle. Vieira. Oh, and Dennis Bergkamp through. 6! And Bergkamp completes an impressive personal performance with only his 3rd goal of the season. Coming after 75 minutes, Arsene Wenger's team running away with it. Again, the finishing is absolutely immaculate. Patrick Vieira puts him through, and he slides it so confidently past Miklosko. And Bergkamp will be glad to increase his tally for the season. This is Crouch. And then it was Langley looking for Ngonge. Crouch coming in. Oh, he just couldn't make contact. That was a close thing. And Ngonge firing it across the goal. You just thought here there might be a consolation for Queen's Park Rangers. But it's not been Crouch's day. Melts, Grimondi, Cole, and it's Wiltord. Oh, good save for Miklosko, depriving Wiltord of his hat-trick there with a minute to go. Wiltord was the man denied, but I don't think he'd be complaining too much today.
We just wanted to win, and I would say 1-0 was would have been happy with a 1-0 victory. In fairness, QPR had a chance at the beginning of the game before we scored, and on a corner. And after when we scored 2 quick goals, and they were unlucky on the first one. And after when you came out in the second half, we scored quickly the 3rd goal, and that killed the game off.
Well, we felt it was 3-3 really. We scored 3 and they scored 3, but no, you know, I mean, it was always going to be a difficult tie. I think they couldn't have asked more than I mean, certainly up to what, 37, 38 minutes. You know, who would you say was the Premiership side at that stage? Who had most of the game? I mean, we probably had as much of the game as them, and as good a chance as they did. Things like the first goal, coming in at 1-0 down wouldn't have been too bad. Maybe, you know, you've always got a chance, and you don't have to really sort of go for it. Coming in at 2-0 down with a deflected goal shortly after the own goal made it a mountain to climb, and you know, you either sit back there and keep it at 2-0 or something like that, or you go for trying to pull it back. And I've never been one to sort of not go for something, and it's a one-off game, and we went for it. Unfortunately, you know, the greater ability and class told.
I felt sorry for QPR. You know, they're a good club, and but you know, we got that lucky goal and we didn't look back from there, and the confidence grew in the team, and hopefully that can change our away form now.
I believe that sometimes you have a period everything goes in, like today, even when we didn't create a clear-cut chance, and sometimes you feel you could play 3 hours, create chance after chance and not score. So it's very difficult to explain why, but at least you know that there's a psychological factor in there and a mental factor, and that the fact that the players could score today will help.
Garth Crooks asking the questions, presumably lying on the floor, but ultimately, rather comfortable afternoon for us.
Yeah, conceivably in the end it could have been anything. I think that when you're playing a game like that, you want the opposition, who are the lesser side, to go chasing it a bit. QPR lost the goal, they went chasing. And when you're playing against pace, ability, and a touch of class, then you've really got to get tighten them. You play against Dennis Bergkamp, and if you give him space, he's going to destroy you, and that's what happened. You've got to get in right about his heels. But Arsenal are great to watch, and they've got to transform that sort of performance into the Premiership.
Certainly away from home.
Yeah.
But I know it was 6-0. This may sound ridiculous, but QPR early on in the game was threatening.
The first 20 minutes they looked the better side. They had a couple of great chances. The first one comes to Crouch, who is great in the air, and they try to find him in the air early on. He comes off here, gets to the back post, comes up in the air. You know, I think he's about to score there. It's a great opportunity. Then a corner kick comes in, he rises well, great header. Ashley Cole does fantastically well to get it off the line, but then Arsenal on the break. Two things here: one, the pacey attack, and also the support play, because it comes from a corner kick. There are now 5 of them on the attack. It comes to the right back, Dixon. Look at the numbers that they've got forward here. He crosses it in. Plummer doesn't know whether to head it or kick it, and ends up in the back of the net. And it was unfortunate for them, because after that they had to chase the game, and it showed what a good side Arsenal are.
Certainly can be.
Jim Jeffries' decision to offload his highly paid stars Stan Collymore and Benito Carboni was a brave one. The trouble is, every time what he's left with misses a sitter, like Ashley Ward did last night, or Dean Windass did at Sunderland, it looks like a bad decision. Ward's was one of the few chances Bradford had. The gap between the two in the league showed as Arsenal dominated the game, taking the lead in the 17th minute through Ray Parlour. And yes, Mr. Eriksson was there, and yes, this morning's headline said Parlour is the latest to put himself in the England shop window. Arsenal's second goal was scored by the Cameroon international Lorraine just 9 minutes later, after Lee Dixon had crossed. The next battle for Arsene Wenger is at the FA tomorrow, when he fights his 12-match touchline ban. It'll be harder than last night's.